Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. In today's episode I'm going to show you how to properly remove and replace the alternator from any Volkswagen Golf MK5 out there. So on this car, the engine which is mounted on this car it's 2.0 TDI with the engine code BMM. So if you want to remove the alternator from this kind of car, you have to remove first this hose from right here, and this hose is secured with one metal clamp on one end and with another clip on the other end. And you'll have to remove it, you'll have to pull from this clip, and after that the hose will come out from its place. After that, we have to remove the engine cover. In my case, the engine cover it's not mounted properly, it's also broken, but I will fix it later. The main reason why I'm replacing the alternator on this vehicle is because it was not providing the enough current to the battery. It was not charging the battery completely. It only put about 12.8 to 13.1 or 13.2 volts on the battery, and because of that the battery was dying very often. Because of that all the lights, the navigation was shutting down from time to time, and I decided to replace it completely with a brand new one, because normally you can replace or you can fix these alternators, but in my case I don't like to fix them because they will not last a long time. So in my case I always try to install a brand new alternator on the vehicle and get rid of the problem completely. So the old alternator, it's right here, it's mounted with two screws on the engine, and on this engine in particular it's very easy to remove it. You'll have a lot of access. But another thing which I recommend you to do before trying to remove it is to disconnect the negative cable of the battery, because you are working with a lot of electricity or the current, and you can short circuit something or you can break something. So I recommend you to only remove the alternator with the battery disconnected from the negative side. So right here, as you can see, just look at this part, which is the main important part on this alternator. Just look how much wear it has right here. And this is the part where normally you can replace it, you can fix it. Also, you can replace the charcoal from inside it, but in my case I don't like to replace it. I like to install a brand new alternator on the vehicle. Also, I'm going to put a brand new serpentine belt on the car, made by Continental. And the new alternator which I choose to go with, it's made by AS, something like that. I'm not sure which manufacturer it is, but it's a good manufacturer. I didn't buy the Valeo one, which was installed on the vehicle, because the owner told me that it was too expensive. So right here I have the new alternator, which I'm going to install on the car. One thing which I recommend you all to do before trying to mount it back on the vehicle is to compare it with the old one, just to see exactly if it's the exact same size, if it's the exact same fitting, if it has the same connectors on the back, and so on. Because if it's not exactly like the old one, probably you won't be able to install it back on the vehicle and you'll have to do a retour and buy another one. The only difference between the new alternator and the old one is that the new alternator has two mounting brackets for the negative cable, but it's not important on which bracket you are installing the cable. It's only important to fit it properly and to fit it normally and not stretch it or break it in any way. To begin this job, the first thing which you'll have to do is to install the brand new serpentine belt into the position. You'll have to put it over the crankshaft. After that, you'll have to put it over the AC compressor, and you'll have to let it like this. And when you finish installing the alternator, you have to put it over the alternator, and that's it. So as you can see, in my case, the serpentine belt is installed properly, and from here I'm going to install the alternator back onto the vehicle. Alright everybody, as you can see, the alternator is fitted back on the vehicle, and now I have to release the tension from the tensioner and put the belt over the alternator. In my case, it's very easy. You have to put the belt over it because the alternator is installed and because the tensioner is blocked with a special pipe with a special metal screw, which you have to put over the tensioner to hold it in place. After that, you have to take a 17mm key to put it right here over this bracket, and in this way you have to put tension over it, and you have to remove the little metal clip which you have to put inside, and after that the tension will be back placed over the belt. Alright, just like this. Now the next step which I have to do is to install the cables, the negative side, and also the little mounting bracket and the connector on the back of the alternator, and from here just follow exactly what I'm doing. But like I told you earlier, before trying to connect any cables, I recommend all to disconnect the negative cable from the battery and put it away, and only after that you can put your tools and the screw and secure it back over the alternator. Alright everybody, I just finished connecting all the cables to the back of the alternator. The separating belt is installed, and from here I'll have to put back the negative cable of the battery and start the vehicle to see if everything is working or not. After I'm going to start the vehicle, I will show you all exactly how to test the new alternator, how to see exactly if the new alternator is working or if it's not working, or if it's providing power to the battery or not. So as also, the car did start a little bit hard, but this is only because the battery is low on voltage. So as you can see, so far the alternator is working, is looking great, everything is spinning how it's supposed to be spinning. And from here I'm going to assemble everything back together over the engine. I'm going to put the tubes and all the little hardware from around it, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to test and how to see if the alternator is providing power to the battery or not. Alright everybody, so to test any alternator and see if it's charging properly the battery or not, you'll have to take a multimeter and you have to put it over volts DC. In my case, as you can see, it's writing right here on the screen, volts DC. And after that you have to put the positive cable on the positive side of the battery and the negative cable on the negative side of the battery. And normally, for a very good alternator, you will want to have around 14.2 to 14.7 volts, but if you have also 13.2 or 13.5 volts, let's say that it's working okay. It's not the best, but it's working okay. In my case, let's see exactly how much voltage the new alternator is putting into the vehicle. So I'm just connecting the cables to the battery, and as you can see, the new alternator is putting 14.2 volts into the battery. So this is very good. It's not perfectly. I was expecting to put around 14.5, but this is not in most of the cases. So as you can see, the new alternator is working, is providing enough current to the battery, so everything is good on this car. You can also check your alternator from your car in this way, and if you have over 14 volts, it is very good. If you have under it, it's okay. But if you have under 13 volts, if you have under 13.2 or something like that, the alternator is not providing enough current to the battery and it has to be replaced. With all of these things being said, this is how to replace the alternator from any Volkswagen Golf MK5. Thank you all for watching. If you like this video and found it informative, please leave a like and a comment down below. See you next time.